What you frowning for is my need. Better let's talk about it. Oh, better let's talk about it. What's eating you up? Or you got some baby mama issues you're dealing with? Better let's talk about it. You're 2-year-old in
This week, I found cause to worry about young men. Most young men are single. Most young women are not.
Yeah, it's good to have you guys back here.
The normal way, actually, that people start relationships in the vast majority of cultures is...
All right, so we have a lot of things to unpack today. Okay, so if you're joining us for the very, very first time, well, this is a very, very practical show. We help young people, old people, everybody start new things, start new careers, start new relationships, start new families, figure out the way the world works. It's a very practical show. And today we're responding to the usual emails. Okay, so we have what emails do we have? What exactly? Today's topic is, how do you handle the terrible boss?
Basically, people bring out their problems or problems that have their bosses, previous and current bosses, obviously. So we got like a lot of emails from them. They just basically told us like problems they were facing, the attitude they were getting, and everything. So I'm going to go read them to understand that.
Okay, yeah, so it's good to have you guys here. Last week we took a break last week. We had a couple of production issues, but we're back. We're better. We're getting ahead. All right, so today we'll be talking about how to handle a terrible boss. And the reason why this is quite important is because for most people, work is a huge part of your life. The average person works 8 hours a day, Mondays to Fridays. That's like minimum of 40 hours. All right, and then you find out that for people's work careers, a lot of time they end up spending more time at work than they actually spend even with their families. All right. And so if you don't have job satisfaction, if you have challenges in your workplace, there's every tendency that it may spill over into your day-to-day work. We've had multiple versions of the physical show. People will come on board. We've had shows of people saying that they had bosses that were disturbing them. I think there was a particular episode in which a boss dated a cashier also, and it didn't end well. So today we have a couple of emails. My name is, as I mentioned much earlier, my name is Adefolami Agumbiade. If you do not know, this is the Darkpore Show. If you're just joining us, there are a couple of things you want to keep at the back of your mind. At the end of today's show, we'll be having a giveaway. So we're giving $5,000 cash and 20 gig data for grabs for the most engaging person. We will also be, if you want to follow the channel, you follow at Darkpore Show across all social media platforms: YouTube, X, IG, Facebook, TikTok, and Rumble. Live sessions for this show holds Tuesdays 5 p.m. West African time on YouTube. If you come on camera, you waive all rights to privacy. So we just want you to know. So let's jump into the very, very first email.
Okay, the first email says, "Dear Darkpore Show."
Can we start over again? So we're going to jump into the very, very first email. Okay.
Okay, basically, person wrote, "Dear Darkpore Show, my boss constantly expects me to go above and beyond, from handling work responsibilities to attending to his personal needs. Despite being married, he regularly brings his laundry from home for me to wash and frequently asks to borrow money, which he never repays. Moreover, he pressures me into uncomfortable situations, threatening consequences if I don't
Okay.
is this person like it's a male, like the guy that sent this, I know they're he, I don't know, but it's just not right for the boss. So it's not right for the boss to like bring laundry to work and tell your worker that okay, help me wash this, or in fact, I'm not sure it's even saying help me or just giving him that okay, so you work under me. I need to work. The only thing that I think this person did not like indicate the type of job he's doing. So I don't know. I don't know how the boss has the let's say audacity to bring his clothes for him to wash. If I had known like if this person like was specific and wrote out his the jobs description or something, I think it would have been better and it would have explained more. But basically, I don't know. But it's not to me. It's weird actually because you giving your worker your clothes to wash and all those things is crazy actually. And from what he was saying here, he said that he still borrows money. The boss borrows money from him. I don't understand. I wonder how much the boss is paying him that he still borrow money and he's not even able to pay back. I don't. I think the boss was just looking for like a slave or something. And he just fell into the trap.
Okay, so before I jump right in, if you're watching this for the very first time, you're on the Darkpore Show, and it's a very very practical show. People send emails in all the time, ask us for advice. If you have a particular issue and you need help with it, just send us an email at advice@darkpore.com, and then we'll read your email. We'll discuss and we'll give you very very practical advice. Okay, this show holds 5 p.m. West African time every Tuesday. So every particular Tuesday at 5 p.m. West African time, that's when we do the show on YouTube. Today we're discussing how do you handle a terrible boss. And we've read an email. So we'll go through the email again. The email basically says, perhaps someone is saying that she's having difficulty or he's having difficulty. Huh?
The meal.
Married man. The man brings clothes, dirty clothes from home for him to wash. And then also borrows money from him, and then sometimes he doesn't repay the money, and then there's also pressures him into an uncomfortable situation, threatening him that probably if you don't do this, I'll fire you. You're gonna get fired and the rest. So that's that's the situation on ground now. Would you ask? So what would you advise this person to do?
This is actually like this is very I don't know. It's misplaced priorities actually so for me, Shabo. If I say he should leave the job, it's going to be complicated because he might not have another job that like he wants to earn money. I mean basically like I would always say it's the money for me because it's what I'm using to survive, what I want to use to survive actually. I don't know. I feel like he should like he should speak to the boss. That's if the boss has like listening ears though, but he should speak to the boss. Obviously, and just like, okay, I can't do this for you. I can't do this. These are your personal stuff. I can't do this. Then let's hear what the boss has to say. I think if the boss wants to like fire him, then he will know that okay, because I said I can't do this, so I justify that okay, I can't be doing your personal stuff for you. Then he will know that okay, this is the reason. He cannot go and tell people that okay, this is the reason why he fired me without feeling guilty or anything at all. They just need to like speak to him. That's what I would just should do. So, okay, boss, I can't do this. Sorry, sir, I can't do this. It's just like he should know his place. Obviously, the boss should know his place. Then he will
Okay, so this is quite tricky, and these are some of the situations that people find themselves when sometimes you're working with people, you have to work with people closely, maybe like a personal assistant role, or maybe the person is like a personal driver or so. And I even think that there was a particular job opening that went viral on on social media a couple of years ago, and I think they said they needed. I think they said that they needed a secretary. All right, right? No, they needed a laundry. They needed a cook. Yes, they needed a cook. All right, must be able to wash clothes and have a valid driver's license.
So they
You
want
understand? So they want a cook that drives them and washes the clothes and all that. So, and you see this in situations where, unfortunately, this is very, very common it's common in countries where you do not have strong labor laws, and when you have like a large population of people who are willing to pick up a job, and you can't blame people. Part of the reason why you can't blame people is because for a lot of people, the labor market is there. There's we don't have people don't have enough jobs out there, and so, for example, Nigeria right now, he said that in Nigeria, and we're doing this broadcast from Nigeria. In Nigeria, there's about almost every year a million graduates from the BSc and diploma programs. And so, if you find yourself in that situation, which are just graduating from school, it's extremely hard for most people who are just graduating to say that they're going to turn down a particular job. Okay, so what ends up happening is people just pick up any job that's available, and in many cases, in many instances, the bosses know. The bosses know that it's a supplier's market. It's the person who it's not there's an oversaturation of graduates relative to the entry level jobs that are available, and so you get this kind of offers. I am not justifying. I'm just trying to tell you exactly what's going on, so that if you find yourself in this situation, if you are the one watching this or you're the one who sent this email in, what should you do? Well, there are a couple of things. I think you need to sit down and have a conversation, as Osato said much earlier. Have a conversation with your boss and tell your boss that you want a proper and detailed job description. You want to understand what the scope of work is, and you have to say it as politely as possible. All right, explain to the man that I don't want to say no to you because I don't want it to appear as if I do not care about this job. I really, really do. So if I were in these shoes, one of the things that I would say is this: I really, really care about this job. Okay, I care about the job. I'm grateful for the opportunity to work for you, to serve you. However, there are lots of things that you're asking me to do that do not fall within the confines of professional work. If you need somebody to wash your clothes, I think it's best to get a proper dry cleaner. But if you want me to wash the clothes, then let's have a proper job description. Let's document it so that I will know upfront that this is what you want me to do. Okay, and then you probably may also have to explain, showing that the time you're spending washing the person's clothes is time you could spend on other parts of the organization. And then if after having that sit down, the person still insists on giving you petty jobs to do, all right, you may want to consider
leaving the job.
Yes, one consider leaving the job. Right. What some people do is they probably will say, okay, you know what, I'll do this job for like 3 months and use that 3 months to either secure another job, secure a better job, and then. So that's what I would just suggest. I don't think we should drag this on. I don't know if. All right. So if you are watching this for the very first time, please in the chat let us know. Just leave in the chat where you are watching this from. Okay. We can see that there's right now people just so put your name in the chat, and then if you're watching this on the live chat, just put your name in the chat and where you're watching this from. If you're watching from Nigeria, if you're watching from the UK, from Canada, just leave your name and comment in the chat. And then if you're watching it on the replay, okay, just let us know that you are a replay family. Just type replay family into the chat and let us know exactly where you're watching this from. It's a Darkpore Show. If you want to catch the live show is 5 p.m. West African time. Okay, 5 p.m. West African time. And on Tuesdays, if you want to join us, come in with your video. Perhaps you want to contribute to the conversation, and just go into the chat section, and you will see a link, console.evmox.com/guest. Okay, you see that link, click on the link, and that will bring your video in. We'll be able to have a conversation with you. Okay, so that's that. If just in case you're watching this, I'll show you. This is exactly. So just go. If you want to join the chat, if you want to join via video, go into the chat and click on this link. https://console.evmox.com. That particular link will bring your video into the chat. Okay, so let's go ahead. What else do we have? The next email we have going for us. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, see Larry. Larry, it's good to see you. We'll have the conversation and then you let us know exactly your thoughts about this. Okay, so this is the second email. So let's read through.
Okay.
So this particular email, some of the emails, my good paying job is a living hell. So
Okay. The first email is Dear Darkpore Show. I would like this to be anonymous. I'm tired of my job mostly because of my boss. As the personal assistant to a head of a gaming company, I have worked for my boss for 4 years now. I love the exposure that comes with my job and exciting feeling of working with tech elites, watching the process of making and launching games. It's mind blowing. But my boss makes life a living hell. I need for perfection, I have cold attitude working everyone to the bone, even till late night. I understand that it's not easy to own a busy and the word to own a busy company and the world is very competitive. But all she has is cold complaints and more complaints. She's never grateful and never acknowledges our hard work or good results. The best she has said is good work. Good. And I can count how many times she has said that twice in 4 years. What do I do? The pay is really good, so it's hard to leave, but she makes this environment really toxic. Help.
all right, so this is anonymous. She's anonymous is saying that his good paying job is a living hell. All right, so that's what we're discussing. Again, if you're joining us for the very first time, my name is Adefolami Agumbiade, and with me you have the beautiful and brainy Osato. All right. Got Edu Airlines, have you? she came here through Edu Airlines. I'm just all right. So if you're joining for the very first time, what do we do on the show? We give advice to people. People send us emails. The emails they send us issues that they face. We tackle love issues. We tackle romantic issues. We tackle career issues, business decisions, and we just offer people generally good advice. Okay, because in today's world, it's extremely difficult to find good advice. So if you need help with life issues, perhaps you're going through a difficult time, and you want somebody else to give you a second opinion, you can send an email to advice@darkpore.com. Okay, so send an email to advice@darkpore.com, and then you can follow us across all social media handles at Darkpore Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Rumble. We do a live show regularly. We do a live show, physical show, but this is the live stream where we talk to people. If you are in the chat and you want to come in via video, this is the link. Just go into the chat, find this particular video, okay, in the chat, and then you will be able to bring your video into the chat. Okay, so we seek Chimsy Comfort. Chimsy Comfort, regular viewer. Chimsy, it's great to have you on. Chimsy is saying hi. So if you are watching this live, because you can see that we have a lot of people on live, just type your name and where you're watching from. If you're watching from Lagos, Nigeria, put your name, Adefolami, Lagos, Nigeria. If you're watching this on the replay, just type your name and then replay family. All right, so we're back to the conversation. In this particular conversation, we have an individual who has a good paying job, and is it the person? The good paying job is a living hell. So Osato, your thoughts on this?
Okay. Me, basically, like I would always say, like I said the first time, she even indicated, the person indicated here that it's a good paying job. And obviously, you're working for the money. You want the money. So I feel like she care less about the boss's attitude, or I don't know. The compliment she should not think about it. If the pay is good, since she said the pay is good, she shouldn't think about it, because obviously you're working for the money, like I would say, and money comes first. And money comes first in the job. And you know you're doing your job very well. In your own heart, deep down in your own heart, you know that you're doing your job very well, and you know that, okay, I deserve compliment, but I'm not getting it right now. Just stay, because you don't know if you live there, you don't know the next place you will go to, and you will not pay, you might not get paid. I feel like for like something like as mere as compliments, she's waiting for it, and the job is paying you well. Oh, like we know that obviously she said she indicated that okay, they're paying me well. It's just that she doesn't say good things about us or something. There's no need for her to leave because now she's thinking of leaving. That the place is toxic for her just because of compliments when they're paying you well. Well, so me, I don't know. I'll just advise her that she shouldn't leave, sha, because she needs the money, obviously. She shouldn't leave.
All right. So effectively, what you're saying is that you would advise her that she shouldn't leave the job.
Yeah, because there's really no need. They're paying you well and you're looking for. And the person has told you that the person has not told you that okay, I don't need your services anymore. The person is still paying you the amount that you know that okay, I'm okay with this amount, I'm satisfied with this amount. And it does not matter. She should just stay. Just really getting.
All right. So if you're just joining us again, like I would say, this is the Darkpore Show. We help people start things and figure out the way the world works. In this particular edition, we're talking to you about how do you handle a terrible boss at work. All right. And we've had a couple of emails. People have sent in their emails. People have sent in emails telling us that telling us about their terrible situations. The second email we have, this person has a very, very good paying job, but it's a living hell. And she's saying that it's a living hell because his boss, his female boss, okay, does not shower him with compliments. So if you know the way the show runs, usually I won't cuddle you. I'm not going to say that your female boss is a terrible person. Okay? I will start. If you're working with, you have control over your boss. The only person you have control over is yourself. And if you are listening to this, anonymous, if you're listening to this, here's what you should do. Okay? Female bosses have to be difficult. Female bosses have to put their foot down. I had a conversation with, while we were prepping for the show, I had a conversation with Osato and I was explaining the reason why. Okay, and this is the reason why female bosses particularly have to be difficult. From a physical standpoint, most men, from a physical standpoint, the average man can intimidate the average woman. Okay, if you work in a male-dominated workplace, when you get into quarrels with your male colleagues, you know that at some particular point, you guys can go physically. There's always that constant reminder that you guys can beat yourselves up. Not that you guys will, but work relationship between men, there's always that underlying tension that the physical violence can break out at any time. And so as a result, most men, when they are with a male boss, there's that understanding. But with female boss, it's slightly different. And a lot of women, usually they don't start out that way. A lot of women start out being kind and nice in the workplace. And over time, they soon get to realize that being kind and work doesn't help you out with your junior colleagues. I'll give an example. I had a friend, and you probably can shout out to you. He don't get St. Harrison. I don't know what her maiden name is, but she owns a shoe brand. She started a shoe brand in which she makes shoes. Not that she retails, she makes shoes. She set up a shoe factory. Idong, if you Google Idong Ari on Instagram or so, you probably will come across a label. And I remember sitting down with Idong, and Idong was saying that she worked at Nokia, and then somewhere in her late 20s, she was able to raise money from a couple of investors, and then she went to go and set up a factory to make shoes. And she had to hire people who were like cobblers, shoemakers, and other people who could work the machines. A lot of them were older than her. Okay, and there's something which I would say, Idong was, and if she's watching this, even at I think at the age of 28, 29 or so, Idong was. I usually don't say this about women, but Idong was quite pretty. She was quite attractive. She was Akwa Ibom. She was extremely pretty. Okay, you see her, you like she was well proportioned and everything. And she said that one of the days in which she realized she had to change it, as in she had to get angry for people she was working with, was when one of the guys working for her, they were just talking about work. The guy said that, okay, baby. She was like, I'm your boss and you're telling me, okay, baby. So she called him aside. She really, really spoke spoke harsh words at him and all that. How would you speak to me that way? That's unprofessional. And then I think I just assumed the guy continued and said that, baby, calm down. You understand? So if you're a woman and if a woman has gone through that kind of career path, because you're talking about gaming is a largely male-dominated industry. It's not like nursing or like it's not like nursing or like retail, food retail, that you have a lot of women there. So if a woman is in a male-dominated industry, she cannot afford to be soft, because if she is soft, a lot of the men will disrespect her. And she cannot use physical violence in the way a man can use physical violence. I'm a guy, all right? And I always know at the back of my mind that if I'm working with guys, if our words cannot resolve things, at some point, we can go physical. Everybody knows that. And so you keep the same conversation because you don't want to start throwing punches. But women cannot do that. And so the tools that are available to women is it's either they speak sternly, they use gossip to destroy your life, they play mind games with you, or they run you down and insult you publicly. So that because you don't want to take insult publicly, you respect yourself. Okay, so I say this because of this particular email. The thoughts on this email said that you are saying you are tired of your job mostly because of your boss. As the personal assistant to the head, you didn't mention personnel manager or HR manager. You said you are the personal assistant to the head of a gaming company. You've worked with her for 4 years. You like the exposure that comes with the job. You work with tech elites. The process of making and launching games is mind-blowing. But I say your boss makes your life a living hell. You are the personal assistant. That's the literal definition of personal assistant. The person is not hiring you because they like you. The person is hiring you to make their life easier. And if you are coming to the workplace with your own problems and you're making life difficult, oh boy, you are lucky that you are not personal assistant someone like me, because, well, so that's that. You cannot control the boss. You can't change your boss. You can't make your boss. You cannot. What's the word now? You cannot make your boss change. There's something which we say on the show. When people get to, if you see an old man in an industry where men die young, you should be afraid of such a man. So if you see a woman as the head of a gaming company, a male-dominated profession, I can bet it with you, she didn't get there because her mother or father gave it to her. She got there by fighting her way. And it gets to a point when people have battled all their lives there, and you come along, they are working for a warrior. So I just want to I want to get you into the mind of the person you are working with, so that you don't go about with these complaints and all manner of things. Okay. Secondly, if you are personal assistant, and these are my thoughts now, if you find yourself in the role of personal assistant, I would suggest that you learn as much as you can from that person. Okay, because gradually over time, you will quickly soon find out that you can't get results in the tech industry by smiling all the time with people. You're going to have to change it from time to time. But those are my thoughts anyway. I don't know if you're just joining. Let's quickly take a couple of comments. We have a couple of comments so let's quickly go into the comments. So I don't know what Peter is commenting. He's saying that this person is funny. You're being paid well, bro. The economy is hell. I'd advise you to enjoy the toxicity and earn your living. Do not leave if you haven't gotten something better. If not, shake your wits. Okay, which is very, very true. If you do not want to get insulted by landlords, if you don't get insulted by your parents, okay, because where there's respect is if you are working a job, you're coming home, you're not asking your parents for money. All right, is when you start asking your parents for money, and that's the point in which your mom or dad too may start asking, okay, you know what, there's please, when the rain wants to fall, help us to bring the clothes in, because they know you're not going to work.
See, finish.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So that's that. We'll take that. I know we have a couple of people who want to join the chat. I can see Miracle, Brel, Larry, and Raphael Inyang. You want to join the chat? We'll go on to the third. We'll go on to the third issue. So the third email we have is. Let's have the third email. Yes. Okay. So the third email is like, my boss unfairly sacked me for theft. So Osato.
Okay, dear Darkpore Show. Okay, the person said, okay, when we got sacked and we left that day, a colleague stole the man's laptop from his office. That's the boss. We didn't know who it was, and the man called me, threatening me, saying he has CCTV cameras in his office, and he saw me taking it, and I could report straight to his office before he would call the police after me. Good name is better than silver and gold. I reached out to the supervisor and told him I would be coming to the office the next day. Let them show me the CCTV camera that saw me stealing the laptop. I would take his laptop. The next day, my friend reported to the office and waited till almost evening. The man didn't come that day. I told the supervisor to tell the boss that we are waiting and we would be going. The day we got to the day got to an end and the man didn't show up. We took our leave. Next day was Sunday and they called us to come on Monday that we would be around. I said to them, police down for all of you. Police,
What? Let me say that. What he didn't say. Now he said Konida for all of you means that go better for all of you now. He's talking about everybody in his place of work. Okay.
okay, police come, police me. Now my time was a one way. So basically we did not really want to like go back there again. For
All right. So we again, if you are just watching this, for those people who are just watching this, we people come on the show. This is the Darkpore Show. We provide practical advice for people. People sending emails about their life issues, things that they are dealing with, their challenges and all that, and then we send them. We help them. We give them advice. So if you need help with life issues, just send us an email at darkpore.com. If you can follow the channel on across all social media handles, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Rumble. Live sessions hold every Tuesday, 5 p.m. West African time. Today we're discussing how do you handle a terrible boss. And then we had somebody who sent in an email saying that the boss unfairly sacked him for theft. Okay, so that's the conversation that's one of the emails that we're dealing right now. Okay, if you are joining the show, there's a giveaway. There's $5,000 cash and 20 gig data for grabs for the most engaging person. So we're taking that from both the live chat and from people who come in on video. If you want to come into the video, just go to the video, go into the comments of this particular video. You will see this link, console.evmox.com/guest, and you can join in with your video. All right, be a part of the conversation. So that's what we're doing today. Today we're discussing how do you handle a difficult boss. And the email we're just responding to. The email we just read is somebody is complaining that his boss sacked him unfairly for theft. So Sato,
okay.
I am okay. So I want you to give me your thoughts. Then we'll on this particular. If you are in the live stream, if you're in the live stream and you're watching this, I mean, put your name in the chat where you're watching this from. If you're watching this on the replay, put your name and then just put your name and then replay family. All right, and then please get the engagement up. Okay, just like, comment, leave a comment in the chat. We can see Gabriel in backstage, Miracle, Raphael, Agogo, Larry in the backstage, and we also saw Ozioma as well. So we will bring you in shortly. Right. So let me have your thoughts on this.
Okay, for me basically, I feel like he should just like he's saying he's claiming that he didn't take the laptop and all those things. Like he even like added an image there and his name is better than silver and gold and the rest. So I feel like if you know you're not guilty, just go there and just like okay, I'm not guilty. To clear up because if he does not show up on Monday and the boss is there now, everybody will just conclude that okay, he stole the laptop. That's why he did not come again to the lab. And the rest. So it's better than rather than forming arrogance or God to punish everybody for them there and the rest. It's not supposed. You should just go there and like okay, clear his name like he had already rightfully said that okay, I'm not guilty. So and besides, you went there a day before. So what's there for you to like go the next day to like okay, we are here now. You can interrogate us. There's no big deal there. Just go and okay, clear your name and everything. That's for me, sha. There's no need for me. I don't want to say it's gra. There's no need for me all those things. Just go and just clear it. Even if you don't want to work there again or something. Because according to what he said they sacked him because of the whole laptop issue.
Okay.
Just go and just
Clear your name. Clear up your name.
Because being accused of stealing something is very big and it can go a long way. Sometimes you might not know who would even know you later or know the person later. You might just like, I don't know. You guys might just meet anywhere again and just say, but why is he working here? He stole my laptop that time, he didn't even come back. And so it's better you just clear up your name and everything just to like clear the issue and
All right, so so that's Osato's thoughts. Okay, Osato is like you should return back, go clear up your name. I'm going to bring Raphael. I can see Raphael. I can see Larry. I can see Ramsey. Ramsey, how you doing? I'm going to add you to the chat. Have you been following the conversation? Hello, Ramsey. Hello. Okay, so I think Ramsey is having issues with his audio and all that. We'll bring a very a friend of the house in. Gabriel, what's good? Gabriel, you have to regularize your videos now. We can see your face. Hello, Gabriel. Hello, Gabriel. Yes. So your thoughts? Okay, so Gabriel, can you hear us?
People can't hear him.
You are speaking. You have to unmute your microphone. Okay, so unmute your microphone.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Me too.
All right. So the first is first, though. I feel that he should just make himself available because, like he said the man said there is a CCTV involved. So I feel that he should insist that I feel that he should insist that the CCTV should be reviewed.
Can you stabilize your phone or camera because it's hard
Okay,
following.
sorry. How about now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's better now. Yeah, so
Okay, I was trying to say that since there's a CCTV involved, I feel that he should insist or he should actually make sure that CCTV is being reviewed because you cannot tell me that you saw me through the camera and you don't want to show me the video thinking that you saw me, you understand? And I also feel that he should be rigid on whatever he says. Like if he's trying to say no, he did not steal it, let it be so. Because if you're trying to have two answers to these things, it's just complicating matter. So if he's going to say no to a particular scenario, let him just be like, yes, he's saying no. And also you should make yourself available because once you start making yourself absent, people will start assuming things because it's very easy for people to pick up your wrong than pick the right thing. So it's best that you make yourself available in any situation. So so you can know that okay, this person has been available and give detailed explanation of your whereabouts. It's better that you say okay, I was here when this happened, I was around. So you can just it's always advisable for you to always stand firm on whatever decision that you make. That's my advice for this whole complications.
Okay, so we're going to follow up on this. For those people who are just joining, we wonder what exactly are we talking about. Today's topic is how do you handle a terrible boss? And we've been going through emails that people sent. The most recent email that we went through is an email in which an individual got sacked because and then there was allegations that the laptop of his boss was stolen. So that's basically what we're going through. If you are joining the chat for the very, very first time and you want to come in with your video, if you're just catching up for the very first time, just go into the comments, find this link, console.evmox.com, and you can join with your video. That means you can bring your video into the conversation. Today, we will have a giveaway. There's 5K cash and 20 gig data for grabs, okay, for the most engaging person. So that's that. So stay up to the end of the show so that we'll announce exactly who's going to be the winner of the 5K cash and 20 gig giveaway. We're still discussing how do you handle a terrible boss. My name is Ade Folami. Alongside with me today, I have the beautiful and brainy Osato Ebaha. It's crazy. Okay, so we've had Gabriel's thoughts. These are my thoughts about it. All right, let's just the email. You come across as, and I say this respectfully to the person who sent this email, you come across as a very, very difficult person. Okay? We've read this email, and this is not to show you, we're not going to coddle you. We won't tell you that do not grieve for them or don't grieve for anybody. We're going to tell you exactly the way it is. You come across as a very difficult person. That's what you come across as. If a laptop is stolen from your workplace, and then you are the tone in this email you are saying is that you're going to deal with them, and let me know my last, because that's the kind of tone we are getting. This no grief for anybody, do not agree, do not accept, show them and all that. It shows that you do not think long term. And I will say this: a lot of times, if you go and track people, if you track people's lives and track people's careers, and observe how do they leave places, you will find out that people who struggle, people who are having difficulties in life, oftentimes in many places they've worked, in those places they're fighting, and they can't go back. And your email suggests that you have this assumption that you can always build new relationships. So I will tell you this: I have worked in multiple places. I have heard people get fired. I have never been fired from a place. I have been a victim of office politics. Okay, but over time, I've learned and figured out exactly what matters in organizations. If you work in a private organization, there's just one thing that matters: profitability. In fact, two things: you bring in profit, you bring in revenues. If you can do that for any organization, it doesn't matter what people say about you, your job is safe. Okay, now you're working in a particular place, items have been stolen, and you're coming across saying that you do not care what will happen, you do not care what's going to happen to you, you don't care. You went around because there's a phrase here which stands out, and that particular phrase that got to me, and this is the phrase in the email. You put in for all of you, police call, police knee. To translate for those people who do not speak Yoruba, basically what this person has just said is that it don't go better for everybody in his workplace, and he doesn't care whether they use police to carry him or not, or they use police to arrest him or not. I will tell you this: if you work for someone like me and you have that kind of attitude, even though I have no intention of having you arrested, just to show you that things will get better for me, I will have you arrested. Okay, so you have to change your attitude with regards to work. If things are stolen, if a laptop is stolen from any place of work right now, it's a huge investment. The laptops that we use for editing in our current organization, the laptops go for they retail for 1,750,000 right now. Gaming laptop, Pavilion HP 15. And so if you work for someone and that gets stolen, that's a lot of money. All right, and this is a fantastic opportunity for you as a person to show and demonstrate your capability. And I think we mentioned this when we were prepping for the show. Okay. So, to sum up my thoughts, you have to return back to your workplace. All right, clear this up, clear this issue up, so that you do not take punishment for the sins of somebody else. Okay, clear it up. Do not say that you don't care what. Just clear it up. And I think people in the chats agree with us. I'm going to take a couple of comments. Anthony Uchechukwu says that some bosses are something else. Okay. Anthony also comes out and says that if he feels that the allegations are false, then he has nothing to be scared about. He insists that the footage be played for everyone to see and stand on your words. He also goes ahead to say that if you stay absent from the place, it will just be generally termed that you are guilty as charged. Okay? Ode Ade goes ahead to say, he says that, of course, anyone who is accused reserves the right to clear their name unless guilty as charged. Gabriel also now says that, talk now, Abi, make we help you. Okay, so the best time for you to clear up the air about this is before things get out of hand. The laptop you think is missing, all right, that you think is not a big deal, may cost as much as 2 million naira. It's a big deal. Okay, so I'll just give you that advice. Just go there, clear your name. Before you show up, if you have the resources, find a lawyer to consult and get a lawyer's phone number, because there's every likely, obviously you're sending this email from Nigeria, and if you're sending from email from Nigeria, there's likely that if you show up at one, they will giddy you. They may giddy you, and next thing before you know, you're in the police cell. And then you are stuck with, there are people who have gotten into maximum security prisons accidentally for charges like this. So what you are playing with is dangerous. I would just advise you, go back to work, consult a lawyer, go back to work and clear your name. And if possible, if you can make any steps to get your old job back, be as respectful as possible so I can get your job back. The economy is hard. That's where we'll stop with this. We have a couple of other people in the chat. So let's just, I don't know if you agree with my.
I agree with you, obviously, because there's no time.
Okay, so we have our next email. So this particular person is asking. I didn't understand this email when I read it. And please, if you are listening or you're watching it, please just help us make sense of this because I didn't understand this email when I read it. The person is saying, "How do I survive this toxic job?" Okay, so
Okay, the Darkpore Show. I work in a school where I earn a salary of 45k. That's 45,000 naira. Initially hired as an admin and hostel mistress, I ended up taking multiple roles, including administrative tasks, personal assistant duties, sales representative responsibility.
I read it. Is this chef? I just read it.
Yes,
Chef.
chef duties, yes.
Now the person is cooking.
Yes.
Oh my
everybody-
God, what is
I think
this?
it's like a boarding school and doing something. And even running errands for the school, such as purchasing fuel and food items, not just for the school, but also for my boss's family members. I even lost a relationship because I couldn't think straight or find time for my personal life. My boss confiscated my phone for 1 week one time. I had to purchase parts. I had to purchase parts of the school bus whenever it faced maintenance issues.
This is hard to read.
Unfortunately, one time I went with the school driver to the bus and the bus had an accident. My boss husband insulted me, calling me all sorts of names, saying hurtful things to me. This experience further exacerbated the toxic environment I was subjected to. It was a deep, it was deeply distressing and demoralizing situation that left me feeling disrespected and unappreciated. So basically, let me just explain for you because the email was longer than this. I had to like cut short a lot of things. I feel like, or basically, what she said was, she was employed in a school, it's a boarding. I feel it's like a boarding school and a day school at the same time. So basically, she was initially she was employed to be like a hostel mistress, then admin issues. But she took up other several roles. That's what she was mentioning, and she even still cooked for the school too. I feel like the thing is not like it's not a big organization. It's not a big school like that. So for her to be cooking, because I went to a boarding school. We have kitchen women separately, chef duties. Those ones are separate from the people that are doing hostel duties. And so for her to be doing all these things, I don't know. I feel like the school is just one like confined with a small setting. And okay, she even said she ran errands for the school, like going to get parts for the vehicle for maintenance. And I don't know.
And all this
For
was done on a 45,000 naira
yes,
salary.
exactly. For her to even my thoughts. Okay, as I'm explaining this thing, I'm still like going to see what I like my thoughts on it. For her to even agree to do this whole job for that salary, I don't. She's not okay upstairs. I'm sorry, but she's not okay upstairs because they are doing all these things to you and you're still sitting there. And she even said another thing. I think that's like the highlight for because the way she typed this thing, I feel like she feels pain and all those things. She even said she lost a relationship during the cause of all these things too. Like she could not think properly. And even one time the boss confiscated her phone for 1 week. I don't understand. Is it your daddy or is it your mommy or what? I don't get. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like she or maybe I'm sorry to say I'm a Christian, but sometimes some churches have schools. So I'm feeling that's the setting. Maybe the owner of the school is like uh, mommy. They would regularly say
Like spiritual aid or something.
exactly. She's
Okay.
just trying to like please the person. Okay, I'm going to work for this woman. I'm going to do this for her. So you know that many people the names they used to give to their mom, like the respect and everything. I'm not even sure they used to give to their parents at home at all like that. So probably she was just trying to please her and everything and doing all this work and all these things. And now she's not even, she even said even that the husband even insulted her too when the boss got damaged and the rest. So I feel like I don't know. She was just too nice to the school environment. In fact, to everybody working in the school obviously. Sha. And
All
then
right.
she's saying that she felt disrespected and unappreciated for all the job, for all the
Okay.
things she was doing.
All right. So I'll tell you this. Just joining us. My name is Adefolami. This is Osato Ebo, and this is Darkpore Show. So we provide counsel, advice to people who are going through all manner of issues. Today we're discussing how do you handle a terrible boss. That's basically what we're discussing today. And we've had a series of emails. This last email we were engaged in is an email from an individual who practically is running multiple jobs. She's running multiple jobs. She was initially hired as an admin and hostel mistress. She ended up taking up multiple roles, including the initial admin task that she was hired for. Okay. She became a personal assistant, sales rep. She cooks for the school, and then she even runs errands for the school, such as buying fuel, running errands, food items, and also for the boss's family. So effectively, this person this is like a full-time.
Because she was always dropping, and she always followed the bus to drop the children.
She always follows the boss to drop the children again. So effectively, this person, I hate to be the one to tell you this, and this is going to be extremely painful to say, but you've been enslaved. Yeah, there's no easy way to say it. You have been enslaved, and I know it's hard. Okay, I know it's hard. You have been enslaved. If in truth, if of a truth you are doing all of this, okay, and I'll tell you this, I understand you being an admin person, and then you are like hostel mistress. Okay, that is, if you are the hostel mistress of an hostel, you may have to do admin stuff. I get that. Okay, you may have to summarize. You may have to maybe because if you are hostel mistress, the kids who are in the hostel have to eat, and at some point in time, if a cook does not show up, I understand you volunteering to help cook for them. Okay, I understand probably if there's no electricity, you may be like, okay, you know what, let me help them get fuel and food items. I understand that. The part I don't understand is you running errands for the family members of the boss. You understand me? You're not working for your boss now. I would still understand. I can stretch it out that, okay, probably maybe like your boss, you run an errand for your boss. That's not professional, but you can always make the case. Maybe the boss was ill, maybe he had a difficult time. But running errands for family members of the boss, okay, going to buy parts for the school bus, going with the school driver. There's just so many things there. There's so many things there. And I understand exactly why people end up in this situation. Like we said much earlier, the labor market is hard. There are not enough jobs, and people just have this belief that if you have a job, you hold on to the job that is available. Okay, we understand that. However, there are a couple of things. There's something which I would ask you to do right now. Have a sit down with your boss and explain every single thing that you're going through. And tell the boss that you appreciate this job, but that itemize all the various tasks you do, and tell them that if you would suggest they hire somebody for each of these tasks. If they're not willing to hire somebody for each of the tasks, you can tell them that for each of these tasks, they should pay you more so that you can hire an assistant. Okay? If the boss is not willing to pay you to hire an assistant, if they're not willing to hire more people for the job, and they're not willing to give you a pay raise, you've been enslaved. Okay? So probably I'll just suggest you go on leave. You just take your annual leave and then find a new job. All right? And it's particularly difficult because this person is a female. Okay, it's a female. All right? You are using the bulk of your reproductive years to do this job. And I would just advise you, I would sit down, job description. If you don't get a job description, pay raise. If you don't get pay raise, ask for extra assistant. If you don't get extra assistant, quit the job. Okay? That's my submission. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that. Okay, then, so let's quickly go to the comments. Let's see what the comments. Can you read out the comments of? This is okay. Let's read out the comments from Andrew on this topic. Andrew is saying that.
Sometimes character is another thing that throws people off. Either as bad or as good. So one of
No,
them
no. I think that's for the much more older. Okay, so Anthony, let's start out with this. Let's start out with this. It's the comment is showing in front of on the screen now. Let's just read out the comment. Okay, so he's now saying that Anthony also says this.
I can relate with that lady. I worked with a boarding school too as a subject teacher. The next thing you know, I'm working as a class teacher, housemaster, cleaning the hostel and all.
Okay, so Anthony, I will tell you this. If you are Anthony, if you are watching this, if you are following this live stream, okay, there's a link we're displaying on the screen right now. Just click on this link and bring in your video. I want to hear more about your story. Okay, because the person who sent this email in most likely would get to benefit to hear from your story. But I think it's important for people to realize that this is not an isolated incident. There are lots of it works a lot. A lot of these things happen. Okay. So just click on this particular link, console.evmox.com, and come forward into. Okay, Anthony said that he can relate with it. He worked as a boarding school teacher, as subject teacher. Next thing he was working as a class teacher, house master, cleaning the hotel and all. He now said, and still, my boss doesn't see it as anything at all. He sees it like I'm not doing anything. Most of the staff suffer the same thing, and at the end, the boss will either not pay complete because you didn't sweep the hostel well, a child didn't brush his hair, or the refractory is not clean. Remember, I applied as a subject teacher, but this man would just want me to work like a cleaner. And still, he will cease withhold delay salary because he is the boss. So this is Anthony's experience. Anthony, if you, I'm short of words. I don't know what to say, honestly.
You know what I'm laughing? I went to a boarding school and I don't think I saw this.
What boarding school did you go to?
Federal Government College Boys.
Okay, Federal Government College. So you are like Fego closer, Abi.
Yes.
Okay.
So I didn't see all these things because, like I said, we have this. Like they were very plenty. We had a lot of staff and all those things there. So we did not see all these things. Although house mistresses and house masters, some of them they still like had like, should I say, we used to call it. Sometimes even my house mistresses, if you don't go for food or anything at all, she will come. She will tell you that if you don't go for food. In fact, we had a list. And especially tell for these because you know girls now. So
These.
if you don't
Okay.
go, that's why I said that they used to flog people to it. If you don't go, there's somebody that typically marking your name there. And it's not that you just go there and prepare. You must eat, you must carry spoon and put it in your mouth. So if the person sees you eating, the person will mark your name. So you will not be in trouble. Like obviously it is cooking for them, obviously. And according to what Anthony still said, what he was explaining that he's now sweeping the hostel. I don't understand. My own boarding school, where the ones allocated to the jobs inside the hostel, but obviously we're the ones staying there. So we'll have to in fact, my husband that time, she gave me heavy, I can never forget, 1st of February 2015 or 20, she gave me heavy talk because I had not taken my bath on time. So obviously you do all those things, but for you to now go and sweep the hostel by yourself, and they employed you for another thing to like take care of the children, that's like absurd. I don't understand. I think this is the first time I'm seeing this type of like situation, or I'm hearing about it. And someone is now like, okay, yeah, this is really true. I did that.
I think we also have a comment from Peter. All right, so let's Peter Lopo says that I think he's commenting with regards to that part about seizing phone. He said, "Seize phone. Are you a maid?" I really think what he wanted to say is, "Are you mad?"
Yes, are you mad?
Okay, so
then there's another one. He said, "Jack of all trades."
Okay, jack of all trades, Mama. You have to backpedal and stay on your job description.
Exactly.
Okay, so I will tell you this, and I will say this. These are my thoughts. Okay, Anthony also has one final. Let's just take Anthony's final thought, and then we'll move on to.
They had to leave for sanity, I beg.
Anthony is saying that I had to leave school for mental science because there is no job. I wanted to hold on, but it was choking. Okay, so Anthony, we see you. If you can join the chat, join the chat. Again, for anybody who wants to join the chat, just go into the comments, and then you would see. Go into the comments and then click on this link, console.evmox.com/guest. That particular link, the link on your screen, that is displayed on the screen, and you can join the chat. All right. If you're joining us for the first time, we do this Tuesdays, 5 p.m. West African time. That's when we do this. You can follow across all social media handles. TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube, Rumble. Okay, and then we'll be talking. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on this particular story. These are my thoughts on this story. Again, like I said earlier, get a proper job description. Sit down, get a job description. Get them, let them pay you more money so you can hire assistants to handle the role. If they're not willing to pay money to hire assistants to handle the role, all right, you have to quit the job. All right, particularly because if you're a woman and you're doing this and you're not dating anybody, this job is taking up all the free time that you should spend going out, finding people to date. Okay? Women have, and I say this as a physician, most of you who have been on the show, physically on the show, you notice that I tell you this. Women have a reproductive window. Okay, usually at best, before the age of 35, at best, that you should try as much as possible to have your children before the age of 35. And so if you are doing this, you're spending your time, your reproductive years, and working a job that does not allow you time to build relationships. It's a terrible job. So find a better job. That's all I would say. We say a couple of things. I think Anthony has been triggered because I can see his comments are not ending. Anthony is saying that, and this man will insult you at any time, will call you names, insult anyone, even married women himself. This stuff is common among schools. It's common in schools generally. And I think we mentioned what we're for the show. The reason why it's common in schools, particularly schools in middle to low income neighborhoods, because most schools in those neighborhoods in developing countries like Nigeria, they cannot jack up school fees. If they jack up, people will withdraw their children. And so you end up finding a situation where they cannot pay you more than what they earn in school fees. So that's the reason why it seems as if teacher salaries tend to be very, very low. And then they cannot raise the salary. So eventually, as each person quits the job, the old job is being pushed on to the old set of people that are yet to quit. It's common in public schools. And that's why a lot of people do not want to work in. And there's a public school, common in private schools, rather, in low to middle income neighborhoods. That's why a lot of people don't want to work private school jobs. Okay? We also see some comments. Brel Silver is saying sometimes we add sentiment to our job. Brel also goes ahead to say that this could have happened to me one time, but I made myself unavailable so you can fix it someone else as his job. Okay. So I think we still have we have 2 more emails to go.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get to a big announcement. So let's go to the 5th email. I think this 5th email is what was happening. Most of these email they fall in the same category. This is like a continuation of the old one.
I like this one because this one she has not even entered the university.
Okay, so let's hear what.
My boss has turned into a house girl. Okay, good day. My name is Falaka Matthew. I graduated from secondary school a year ago, and I'm still awaiting admission into the university. I decided to acquire a skill in hairdressing so I can make more money when I get admission into the university. This is my second week as an apprentice, and my boss has been giving me a tough time. The first week, she ordered me to sweep the shop, wash baby clothes, and even wash the toilets in the shop. The second week, she ordered me to wash dirty dishes she used the day before and ordered me to cook for her. I've been enjoying this for about 2 weeks now, and I don't think I can take it anymore. She's a terrible person. Why would she make me a slave all because I came to acquire a skill? Please, I need advice. Should I confront her to stop sending me on errands or ask for a refund of the money I paid her for the skill acquisition and leave?
Okay. This is hard to. The more I listen to this. Okay, I think Chimsy, they're going to come for you. Chimsy Comfort says that the boss has to be a Yoruba woman. Okay. Chimsy, I think you should come on camera. Let's listen to you, talk to us so that you defend this Okay, so if you're just joining us, the show is the Darkpore Show. We're providing advice to people. If you have issues if you need help, today we are talking about how to deal with terrible bosses. Okay, how do you handle a terrible boss? That's the subject of today's conversation. As usual, there's a $5,000, there's a 5K and 220 gig data giveaway at the end of today's show for the most engaging person. If you need help with issues, you want to reach out to us, send us an email, advice@darkpore.com. So just send an email to advice@darkpore.com, right? And then we'll
when I was like that long period of time when I would stay. Funny thing. Now I remember something. I think one time during my J3 holiday, I went to like learn. No, yes, how to like use the computer and the rest. But I think at some point there was not me basically, but other people that there was one guy that was. I think the woman was always saying, "Go and pick up my child from school. Go and do this. Go and do that. Watch this." In fact, there was I think basically why she did not send me on that much errand was because my daddy's workplace was very near, so he could like she would know that okay if she sent me I would pass there and my dad will ask me where are you going to another. I think that's why she just but I had seen this one like beforehand and not that as in my presence go and pick my children from school. Sometimes to tell the person go and wash this go and to me it did not because I did not even get it as at that time as young as I was as at that time I didn't get it like secondary school and the rest and all those things. Personally, for me, I really, really like want to learn a skill. Like, I really wanted to acquire a skill and all those things. But in fact, my mother knows that I can't do this because you imagine her telling me when I come to, or sometimes when I come to, because these tutors, like you said, they are very fond of okay. Once they are learning a job from them, they feel like they are the god, they are god and all those things. Sometimes when you come to work late, they don't even want to hear your explanation at all. They'll be like, okay, kneel down there. Some of them even go as far as even hitting you with something. And now this, according to what this person wrote, this person is saying that she's telling her to wash plates that she used before, cook for her. Imagine that person is a bad person and the person does something or put something inside her food. I don't understand how would you feel. Like there's a lot with all these people that you are going to learn from. Even people, it's not only hairdressers or funny enough, people that bake, like bakers, people that even sew, fashion designers that they do this a lot, like a lot, and I've heard it a lot of times. And many people are already like, I feel like why they are doing this, some people are already like they're already okay with it. That okay, it's just to learn now. I want to learn the skill, so let me just learn. As far as she does not kill me, I'm just going to learn it. It does not matter and the rest. But sometimes mentally, it does not sound okay. To me, it doesn't sound okay actually, because I cannot come down and be doing your personal job for you when I'm supposed to be learning something. There's one of my friends. She went to learn how to sew well, but she's female though. And when she went there, I didn't feel like the last day she does not even know how to even cut something. Sometimes anytime she wants to, when the madam wants to cut something or so, I mean the boss, anything at all, that's when they will send her, go to the park, go and pick something, go and pick what material that is coming, go to this guy. And you know you paid big money for that, huge money for that. So I feel like for me, these bosses or these people that acquire skills or anything at all, they know a lot about it. They're just being very selfish about the whole thing. Sometimes, some people they'll be like, I'm the best at this, I know this very well. So sometimes, even if they collect the money from you, they would not want to teach you everything at all. They won't do that. I don't know. But I don't know, maybe she should collect her money and go to a more professional place.
okay. So, wow, there's a lot to unpack here, honestly.
Exactly.
I would say this. We'll quickly read through the comments and then I'll give you my thoughts on this. And my thoughts on this are not good. Okay? My thoughts on this are not they're not good at all. So let's quickly read the comments. Okay, so Brel Silva is saying that the worst case is if you get too familiar with them, they start making you feel bad if you don't do something for them when it's not for free.
Exactly.
Chimsy Comfort is saying that when you go to acquire a skill, they will turn you into a slave. You wash, plate, cook, and even batter children.
True.
Okay. Brel also follows up and says that that's the thing about apprenticeship in Nigeria. Because I want to learn the skill, worst case, if you confront her, she might make your life worse. TMC follows up and says that being an apprentice in Nigeria is like signing up for slavery. Brell comes forward and he says, worst case scenario, you'll be asked to bring a live goat and crate of drinks when I'm not paying a bride price.
It's true.
Okay, so I'll tell you some of it. I'm not justifying some of these things, but I'll tell you what happens, what's going on. In most countries, in most African countries generally, apprenticeship is seen as you serving your boss, your oga, and that process has been passed down. It's informal education. It's passed down for years. And people, what will end up happening is this: a lot of people who are bosses today, they are treating their apprentice the same way they were treated when they were undergoing training. Okay, a lot of them, some of them were flogged, some of them, the words of their boss was law. As a result, they will not, they don't see any big deal in it. If you're trying to explain to them that this is a barbaric practice, they won't see that. Okay, so I would tell you, and I'm saying this because I'm not trying to tell you that your boss is a terrible person. I'm trying to tell you that you have to understand exactly the environment in which your boss likely grew up in. So you don't take it personal. So this is what I would suggest to this person. Falake, okay? You graduated for a year ago. You want to learn hairdressing. If you can't take it anymore, all right, then just cut your losses and find a place where you can learn hairdressing and let your parents explain, set down, place the rule down that our daughter is here to learn hairdressing. She's not here to wash baby clothes, wash the toilet, and cook. As apprentice, because I mean, can't while you're learning hairdressing, whether you like it or not, there will be maybe hair strands or extensions and all that will fall. You can't leave that for your boss, okay, to handle. All right, you can't leave that for your boss to handle. However, I would advise you, okay, if you are certain that you are not comfortable with this and you want to acquire skills, let your parents go and explain to them that this is our daughter. We don't want her to learn this. We don't want her to sweep. We don't want her to wash your clothes, cook for you, wash your dishes and all that. She's just here to learn the hairdressing and the hairdressing alone. Okay. This is not an issue at all. And then for bosses, please, if you are a boss, because these are the things we are hearing. If you're a boss and you're sending your people for, I would understand. Okay, I will understand that sometimes you might need help. Maybe you need someone to help you pick up an item. Okay, but that should not be the norm. That should be the exception. And then you also have to understand. And I'm talking to bosses here. If people work for you, they work under you, they serve under you. And for some reason, maybe you have a project. I understand maybe you have a project. There's so many things that have to be done, and you're like, okay, I can't grab food. Please, can you help me get food? That's a separate situation. But if your whole idea is that people who work for you with professional capacity, you're going to use them as house slaves or house or domestic staff, then you may have to rethink things. Because in countries where they have laws against this, okay, what you are practicing is a form of slavery. Right, so we'll just leave it at that. We have one more email to go, and then we'll jump into a big announcement. We have a couple of people. I can see Raphael Inyang. Raphael, I'll allow you to. Raphael. Okay, your video is on. Your video is not working, so you have network issues. Okay, so we've gotten up to this particular point. So, a couple of things. Just if you are interested. So, if you are interested, this particular Saturday, we are having a live recording this Saturday. And what exactly are we discussing this Saturday?
Okay, man. There's a debate for salary earners versus entrepreneurs. That's business owners.
What day is Saturday?
11th of May.
Okay. Okay, so if you are available and if you live in the Lagos area and you are available, we have a debate this Saturday. It's a live show, okay? It's a debate. Let's see if we can. So we'll take you to. just let me. I want to pull out the battle lines playlist so that you can see what's going on there. Oh, I don't think I can. I don't think I can pull up all the videos and the rest simultaneously. Okay, so we have a debate. Let me. I'll take it to exactly like you guys. You see exactly what the debate looks like. Okay, so basically, if you're looking at the screen, this is basically what the debate looks like. Usually, we bring people from various sides together. We've had, I think we've had like 4 sessions that have been published on the channel so far. We had chronic cheaters versus non-cheaters. We had pro versus anti-abortion. We had young landlords versus single tenants, and then we had the free sex versus sex-free also. Okay, so versus cohabitants versus abstinence. So this particular Saturday, we will be debating people who earn salaries versus business owners generally, so that we can see if they can see eye to eye. So if you are interested in being a part of this debate, then I would strongly suggest you just go into the comments, just go into the description of this particular video. You will see a WhatsApp link. Click on the WhatsApp link and it will bring you to a lobby. In that particular lobby, just indicate your interest. I'm interested in being a part of the debate, and then somebody will reach out to you. Okay, so just for those people who are interested, it's just this Saturday only. If you need help with issues, okay, just send an email to advice@darkpore.com. That's how we get these emails that we've been treating. Okay, so we have one more email. We'll just quickly take a couple of comments and then we'll go back to the live show. So Sato, your thoughts? Can we take these comments?
Okay, Anthony is saying some bosses will ask you to bring some drink, having sweet money just because you want to learn work. True. And shades. Okay, then Brad is saying a good sense of humor can help you from your boss. Though there may not be anything about the workplace. Remember that you have to make the work interesting for yourself, which can be achieved. Then Anthony is
Okay, I think Anthony was just giving a reason why I can't come on with his camera.
then Brad is saying I feel it is the first impression you gave her that made her see you in such a way. In order for that not to happen, understand your boss communication style. Next, we should always anticipate expectations.
Okay, so I would say that it's important for you to set standards for exactly. Again, you have to be careful the kind of favors you do people, because if you know you cannot continue something, don't start it.
But sometimes if you don't do it, they'll feel to come as rude or something.
Well,
They'll feel like you're rude, or this girl does not have respect, or this boy does not have respect. Then what about the part where they will tell people to kneel down because they will never want to hear your explanation. They'll just tell you front of the road like this, you see people kneeling down. Why? Because they want to learn work. That's not nice actually.
well, I would just say that as much as possible. Okay. My mother used to say something. My lovely mother, God bless her soul, used to say something that which translates into English, and it's that they did not use a rope to tie your buttocks down to the chair. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, focus on DMole, right? If you do not, you have the power of choice. If you cannot tolerate the terrible situation in a workplace, right, arrange yourself and leave. Okay. We have that luxury nowadays. It's not. We don't have slavery. Is not legal in most countries of the world anymore. So a lot of times people endure this because they are afraid of the unknown. They are afraid of, they don't know where their next income will come from. They are afraid of, they don't know how to easily get a new job and all that. So they tolerate all manner of terrible work conditions. Okay, as long as you're not disrespectful, as long as you can state your case as respectfully as possible. Okay, sit back and explain to people that these are the things you're not comfortable doing. All right, and that you're willing to work for the growth of the organization, but this personal duty, I'm not comfortable doing that. All right, so we'll take the last email and then up to our big announcement. So, what's our last email?
Okay. Here's Darkpore Show. I and my friend applied for a job at the company that sells truck, tankers, and big heavy vessels. We got the job and I was allocated to as a security guard. And my friend trimmed the flowers at morning and washed the vehicles in the afternoon. And at night, they wash up the vehicles filled with engine oil after maintenance. The gate post became boring, and I asked my friend if we could switch work positions because I wanted to do stops rather than sleeping in the position daily. My friend always complained about how the boss mistreats them at their section, and I just simply thought he was a lazy boy until I started working there myself. I saw her working there. The boss was extremely rude and overworked us.
Okay, so that's. Do we have the rest of the email? Okay, so I think this is way. Okay, you moved. Oh, all right.
Yeah, but basically the end of the email is that after working there for that, he said he saw hell, but after working there for a long time, for a period of time, the boss in there, he just sat there all of a sudden. So obviously, I don't know.
Okay, so I read this email. For those people who are just joining, this is Darkpore Show. We basically provide advice to people. If you have issues that you need help or advice with, just send us an email, right? Advice at darkpore.com. We'll discuss whatever email you send and we'll give you very, very practical advice. In today's particular, we discuss things, we provide advice from romance to health issues, down to starting a new business, office politics, and navigating the workplace. And today, what we've been discussing so far, we've been discussing emails from people who require advice on how do they handle a terrible boss. And that's what today's topic is doing. My name is Adefolami Agubiade. With me is Osato Abawa. And it's been a very, very lovely show. Okay, so this last email that we just tackled, a particular person helped his friend and then both of them got sacked. Okay, and when I read this email, I was telling Osato that this reminds me of a very, very popular story that I knew when I was much younger. And that story was called The Ox. The Ox and the Ass. In fact, you know what? I'm going to pull up the story now from the internet and read it. I'm going to ask Osato to read out the story to us. Okay? And there's a reason why I'm asking to read out this story, because once you read this story, you will understand exactly why I'm pulling up the story. This person. So let me narrate exactly what we have going on in this email, and then I will go into the story. This person and his friend applied for a job at a company that sells truck, tankers, and big heavy vehicles. When they got the job, they put him at the gate as a security guard, and then his friend was to trim the flowers at morning and wash the vehicles in the afternoon. At night, wash up the vehicle stained with engine oil. So this person got a good gig. He was working as a gate man. His goal was just open the gate and close the gate. But however, I said the gate post became boring. And then he asked his friend that can we switch work position because he wants to do stuff rather than sleeping in the gate position daily. His friend always complained about how the boss mistreated them. And then he said he just thought that the friend was a lazy boy until he himself started working there. He said, I saw Elle working there. The boss was extremely rude and he overworked us. And I said, when I saw this email, it reminded me of a particular story. And this story is the story of the ox and the ass. So I'm going to read, I think Osato should read the story so that you understand the reason why this story is quite similar. So the story of the ox and the ass. Are you ready? Okay, so
Okay. One evening, I asked the one to an ass about the hardness
of his lot.
of his lot, saying, I do labor fully and plow the morning to night. No matter how hot the day or how tired my legs, still I must work. But you are a creature of leisure. We are trapped with a colorful blanket and do nothing more than carry our master where he wishes to go. When he goes nowhere, you do rest and eat the green grass all day long.
Okay.
Now the Now, the ass, in spite of his vicious deal, was a good fellow and sympathized with the ox. My good friend, he replied, you do work very hard and I would help ease your load. So I will tell you how you may have a day of rest. In the morning, when the slaves come to fetch you to the plough, lie upon the ground and bellow much that he may say you are sick and you cannot walk. So the ox took the advice of the ass, and the next morning the slave returned to the farmer and told him the ox was sick and could not use
The plow.
the plow.
Okay.
Then said the farmer, hitch the ass to the plow, for the morning plowing must go on.
Okay.
All all that day the ass, who was only
Just hold on. I think that this is a picture of an ass hitched to a plow.
yes.
Okay. So
All that day, the ass, who had only intended to help his friend, found himself compelled to do the ox task. The night came and he was released from the plow. His heart was bitter and his legs were weary and his neck was sore where the bow
I chaffed it.
had chapped it. The ox began first. You are my good friend. Because of your wise advice, I have enjoyed a day of rest. And I retorted the ass. I'm like many I'm like many I'm like many another simple-hearted one who starts to help a friend and ends up doing the task for him. Hereafter, you draw your own plow. For I did not the master tell the slave to send for the for I did hear the master tell the slave to send for a butcher where you,
Were you sick
where
again?
you sick again. I wish he would for you. I wish he would
For your
for you are
lazy.
a therefore
If you desire to help thy friend, do so in a way that will not bring thy friend's burdens upon thyself. Okay? You guys understand why we read this story to you. So I will tell you why we read the story. Okay? This person helped his friend, and both of them got sacked. Okay? They got sacked. So I'll narrate because I was reading the email, I was laughing. One of them applied to work in a place. When they applied to work in that job, one person he got the job to be a security guard. The other person got the job to what? To trim the flowers in the morning, wash the vehicles in the afternoon, and at night wash up the vehicles stained with engine oil after maintenance. I will tell you this: if you have never, I have done a version of these 3 jobs, and I will tell you that there is nothing as hard as you trimming flowers there in the sun. You may see you are just holding the shears and you are trimming the flowers. The pain usually is around here. Your hand constantly keeps going. And for those of you I'm demonstrating, this is how you trim flowers consistently. And after you're not done with that, you leave that, you go and you wash all the vehicles. Washing vehicles is still okay. Now, washing engine oil off vehicles for maintenance is a lot of work. And so that was what his friend was doing. And then he said he got tired with sitting at the gate because it was boring, and let me swap position with the friend. And when he swapped position with the friend, he realized that the friend's work here was hell. The moral of that story is this: if you want to help people, you have to render help to people in such a way that you do not take their burdens and their responsibilities on your neck. That's just being smart. All right? Because a lot of times, most of the people don't realize how good they have it. What did they lose? I will say this: I'm sorry to say this. You are just being plain stupid. There's no better way of. You are just plain stupid. And so, for the person who sent this email, I'll just advise you: in your next job, okay, in the next job you get, if you have a role that affords you rest, the smart thing for you to do is to keep your mouth shut. Okay, that's just the smart thing for you to do, and try to investigate about other people's problems properly before you go out there to say you want to render help or assistance to people. Okay, because a lot of people's problems that you think you can solve, the only reason why you think you can solve the problem is because you yourself are not faced with that problem yourself. If you are faced with the problem and you realize that there are people's problems are extremely difficult to solve, that's my own take. I pray you get a new job, because on this particular case, I think the end of the email, even though it's not written here, in the end of the email, it said both of them were sacked. So I just pray you get another job. Just apply for a new job. And in new roles you apply for, when you get a job that affords you opportunity to catch up and get some rest, just keep your mouth shut. That's just okay. So we'll take a final comment and then we'll go through our Okay, I think Brel is speaking from the previous email. Brel said in response to the previous email we read, he said that I feel the first impression you gave to her that he made you see her in such a way. In order for that not to happen, understand your boss communication style. You should always anticipate expectations. I don't get what that means. Okay, Brel also says that sometimes gifting a boss, showing how kind you are, can help. Spoil her with kindness and she will be held with gifts. Okay, so Brel, I will not agree with you on this. Okay, sometimes it depends on, again, we don't give general advice on the show, and the reason why we don't give general advice is because not everything doesn't work. Everything does not work for everybody. When we were doing physical sessions on the show, we had women come on the show saying that the kind of man they want is a man who listens to their every comment, listens to what they are saying, and then pays attention to them and is caring. We also had somebody else come on the show say that the kind of man she wants is a man who will punch her in the face. Now, if the man does not beat her, she does not feel the man likes her. Okay, so this comment you are giving right now does not work for everybody. If you are working for a stingy person and you are giving gifts to the stingy person, basically what you are telling that person is that the salary they are paying you is too much. Okay, all right. So, and I'll give an example. I had a friend who worked with a couple of Indians in Nigeria, and this friend got into a vehicle, and when he got in the vehicle, he bought a bunch of bananas. Probably let's say like a bunch of probably 8 bananas or so. And so he offered them the bananas. Those ones declined the bananas. The Indians, 4 of them were in the vehicle with him, so they declined. So he proceeded to eat the bananas. And when he finished eating the 8th banana, do you know how hard it is to finish eating? You know, bananas can be quite filling. When he finished eating the 8th banana, the boss told him that you cannot be successful. And he asked the boss, why would you say such a thing? And the boss said that this banana you ate, you could have eaten 1 banana today, eating another banana tomorrow. So as far as he's concerned, he was offering bananas to people who, their idea of eating banana is that if you buy a bunch of bananas, you must eat 1 banana per day for 8 days. Do you get me? So I would say that you have to be careful, because if you spoil people, the people you can spoil with kindness are people who appreciate kindness. The person who thinks that they are if someone feels he's overpaying you, and then, or if someone feels that you're not working hard enough, and then he notices that you're going out of your way to do extra tasks for him or her, the person will just keep on giving you more work because he believes you're not working hard enough. So you have to strike a balance, okay? So I would just say that this doesn't work for everyone. Okay, so I guess we've come to the end of the show. A couple of things, a couple of suggestions. Next week, what are we discussing next week? I don't think we don't have. We're expecting emails to come in. Okay, so send your emails. We can't give you a topic for next week, because what we try to do is we try to take emails that are similar and group them together. So if we have emails that are related to work or business emails, we'll group all the business emails together and then we'll give it a common heading. Okay, so if you have issues with work and you need advice, you need counseling, all right, and you like the way the show is going, we'll give you practical advice. When you are sending your email, send it to advice@darkpore.com. And please put your name, preferably your name, how old you are, and explain the situation you find yourself, and whether you are male or female, because we're having a bit of issues. Some of the advice we give here, if you're what we would tell a 22-year-old lady that just graduated school is different from what a 50-year-old man with 4 children. The advice you give are completely different. So give us your name, all right, how old you are, and preferably your sex, so that we can offer you advice that properly matches the situation you find yourself. Okay, so that's that. So we'll see you next week. A couple of Amade Folami, and alongside with me today has been okay. So pronounce your surname properly. The B is silent.
Yes, the B is silent.
So
it's not
okay.
There's Ewohon, there's Ebohon, but Ewohon has like a different name. Let's not talk about it.
Okay, so just in case you're interested in finding out more about Saturday, you can just start at phone, just Google, and you probably follow up on our TikTok and
oh my God,
on our Instagram and all that. So you can follow up on that. Just send her a message that you saw her here. I'm not pimping you out. I'm just telling you, I'm just doing you a favor. You can thank me when we're off the show. Okay, so again, like I said, every show we have a 5K cash and 20 gig data for grabs. All right, so we're going to make an announcement. So let's start out with, we're going to give the cash to. No, we're not giving the cash. Bro, you're not getting anything. We're just joking. Okay, bro came. So we're going to give the cash to the gifts are going to go to the comments. Okay, so if you feel that you're deserving of our prize for today, just tell us why inside the comments. So quickly go to the comment right now. If you think you are deserving to be our winner for today, go into the comments now and type out your name and why. All right, we're going to allow you to spend the next 1 minute to quickly do that. So quickly, if you think you should be the winner of our 5K cash and our 20 gig data for grabs, go into the comments and type the reason why right now. All right. So, okay. So while we're waiting for you to quickly do that, let's just quickly. Okay, so you may be wondering that how else can you join us? How can you join us in the live show? Like we mentioned much earlier, if you want to join us in the live show, all right, we usually will leave the link to the live show in the comments. Okay, if you want to join us right now, you can click on this comment. It's really top of the comment. There's a comment there at the top. Let me see if we can pin that comment. Okay, because we want to give everybody a chance to. We'll give you a chance to. So it's pinned. Okay, so go to the pinned comment, click on the link, and then you can come in with your video. All right. So we're going to do a quick recap of the stories that we've covered today and the emails we've covered and what the advice we gave them. Just do a quick recap from the beginning to the end. Okay, so the very first email, we had an individual say that the boss expects him to work beyond and do work responsibilities, okay, attending to his personal needs, clean for him and all that. And I think this is generally a recurring thing in most of the emails. Okay, 50% of the emails that we received, okay, people who are working in the workplace, and then the lines between personal and professional lives were blurred. Bosses asking them to clean, to wash their underwear, to cook for them and all that. So I'll tell you this, our general summary in response to this is this. Find yourself in this situation, ask for a proper job description and sit down and agree to it. This is as a result of you being lazy with clarifying what your job description is. So if you find yourself in this email, if you find yourself with this situation, your boss keeps giving you more work to do, ask for a proper job description. Okay. For the second email that we tackled, one of the issues we said was that this person said that the boss does not appreciate her because the boss does not appreciate the good paying job is a living hell. Okay. And then our suggestion to this particular person was what?
Person should stay. It's difficult for women to handle emotional women. You're waiting for.
For female bosses are different. Female bosses cannot afford to be smiling with you because somewhere in some past, women get taken for granted by male employees. And I told you, I gave the example of a friend who employee was calling her baby just because she was female and the guy was male. So sometimes the people, it's called work for a reason. You're not there to play. If you want to make friends, you either go to church or go to the playground. You jump on the swing. But you don't have unnecessary expectations. Email, the person said that he got sacked and the laptop was stolen. And they will tell the persons, go back, clear your name. All right. Do not sit down and wait until police come to arrest you. So if you send this email, your laptop is missing from work, you've been sacked, go back and clear your name and see if you can still plead for your job back. Before you show up at work, try to consult a lawyer. Have a lawyer on speed dial on your phone, just in case things get rough, and then you find yourself in police custody. Okay. For the fourth email, this person also almost the same situation. Okay, for any 45,000, and it was given all manner of jobs to do. Same suggestion: sit down with your boss, ask for a detailed job description. If they won't give you a job description, list all the jobs you do and ask for assistant for each role, or ask them to hire somebody for each role. Okay, and if they do not hire someone for each role and they don't willing to pay you more money, you may have to quit the job. Right? Particularly if you were a guy, I probably would say tough it out. But you're a woman and you're spending the bulk of your reproductive years working a job that is largely thankless. Okay, so that's our suggestion, our comment on this. For the fifth email, the summary of the fifth email was the apprentice who is being asked to do all manner of domestic chores. And they will say, what? Go with your parents, explain to the boss. You can't wash their plates, you can't cook for them at home, you can't bath for the children, you can't wash baby clothes. All you should just do is come there to learn and go home. All right? So, and then finally, the sixth email. All right? In this particular email, there's nothing we can tell you that will help you get your job back. All we're just telling you is the next job you get, if you're going to offer help to people, and we're not saying this, we want to help people. But if you're going to offer help to people, you have to offer help in such a way that you do not get stuck with their obligations and their responsibilities. Okay? Yoruba people have a saying, they say that of what benefit is it for you to help your friend and then you get fired in the process. So you have to weigh that. Our assessment of your situation is that for this particular situation, you'll be quite reckless and stupid. Okay. In the next job you get, if you are going to offer assistance to friends, particularly friends at work, you have to also ensure that it does not put your source of income in jeopardy. Because of what use is it for you to help people out and then you become unemployed yourself? So that's where we've gotten to the show. So for those people who are saying that they ought to win, I think we have okay. All right, so Anthony Ojiku says that he deserves the 5K gift because I have personal experiences about terrible bosses. Brel Silva says, since I was not getting much attention in the live chat, I decided to come here. The only person, we said that if you think you deserve to be the winner of today's prize, put it in the comment. And the only person who has stated that he deserves to be the winner of today's prize is Anthony Ojiku. So we're going to give it to you because you're the only one who asked for it. Okay, so
That's our winner.
Okay, so today this is going to be our winner of the 5K prize for today. All right. Again, we also have. So I'm going to put this right now. If you think you deserve to be the winner of, so Anthony Chichuku, you are the winner of. Round of applause. Yeah, you are the winner of our 5K cash prize. All right. So, Brel Silva, we're going to put it on Brel. So if you think you deserve to be the winner of our 20 gig data, okay, please put your name in the comments right now. You just have 30 seconds to do that before we choose at random from the group chat. Okay, if you think you deserve, okay, you know what? I think we should close out the show so we don't drag it out. All right. We're doing the 20 gig data giveaway. So since nobody is asking for it, and the only person who mentioned, I think we just add it over to Brel. So Brel. So Brel, you've got it 20 gig data. All right. So as usual, send a text message to reach out to. You know what? Let's just send us yours. You know what? Just send us private chat us right now before we close the show. Your phone number. Send us the private chat of your phone number so that we can send us of your network, and then also Anthony Chichuku, send us your email, send us your account number via private chat right now. Okay, so private chat us right now before the show comes to an end so that we can arrange for your cash prizes. So gentlemen, it's been great having you guys on. We have a debate coming up this Saturday. We ask you guys to be a part of the debate. Please try to be a part of that debate if you can. reach out to. Can you pull out Ozioma's phone number so we can just display it for those people who want to? Okay, so we're going to display the phone number for those people. If you want to be, we have a debate. It's in the studio. If you're in the Lagos area and you want to be a part of our live debate, okay, you want to be a part of our live debate in Lagos area this Saturday, we're going to show you a. Eh? Okay, so let's just. 8. Okay, so just if you want to be a part of debates, just send a text message, send a WhatsApp message to the following phone number 090-8845-3482. The debate is, we're going to have a debate, and the debate is entrepreneurs versus salary earners. Okay? So entrepreneurs versus salary earners this Saturday, 11th May. That's in 2014, no, 2024. We're not traveling back in time. 2024. Okay, so if you want to be a part of it, just send a WhatsApp message to the following number 090-8845-3482. If you want to partner with the show, of course, we look for partners. Just send us an email at partners@darkpore.com. All right? And then if you need assistance with any issue at all, I must stress out, we cannot give people financial assistance. Okay, we'll probably get them, but the show is not big enough. But if you need assistance with any particular issue at all, if you need help with issues, send an email to advice@darkpore.com. My name is Adefolami Agubiade. I've been your host, and with me today has been. Okay, is there anything else you want to say to our folks before we close out the show?
Reach us out. Like our videos on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And tell a friend about the live stream on
Tuesdays.
Yes, exactly.
Live stream holds on Tuesday, so just be a part of it. Do a shout out to your family now. Shout out to your mom. Shout out to your mom watching.
Oh my God.
Tell your mom that you love her now.
Shout out to my mommy. Miss you so much, mommy.
But I better say shout out to my mom too. She's no longer here, but I guess I'll meet you. I'll see you at the resurrection. So to every other person else, it's been great having you guys watching us. So let me just run through the members of our team. Mr. Tolani Shitu, it's great working with you. Adam Adegoke, Jonathan, Groovy Joe, Lawal Jonathan, Peter Nolapo, Chimwaya Igwe, Ndidi, Ozioma, Juliet, Osato. It's been lovely working with you guys. We need to grow this channel. So if there's any way, okay, if you guys, now, if you have any suggestions, if you are watching this and you have suggestions on how we can grow the channel, okay? All right. Okay, so I've seen some comments and some people do not agree with the winners of the prize and the rest. All right. So if you have suggestions on how you can grow the channel, just send us an email. If you have suggestions on how we can grow the channel, perhaps you want us to be a part of live shows, you want us to partner with you on things or other items, just send us an email on this darkpore.media@gmail.com. Just send us an email. Okay. Suggestions. If you want us to work together, work on projects. If you have productions, you need our team to come on, send us an email. And it's lovely working with you. So for everybody who's watching, thank you very much. And I will see you on the next one.
To be like, it is like semi-arranged marriage, right? Like not the full, you've never met this person before, the 13-year-olds, whatever, getting betrayed, like not like that, but the sort of you're introduced by family members.
you frowning for? Here's my E. Better let's talk about
What's that against?
Ooh, better let's talk about it.
Yeah? Yes, please.
What's eating you up? Or you got some baby mama issues you're dealing with? Better let's talk about it. If 2-year-old is hitting
This week, I found cause to worry about young men. Most young men are single. Most young women are not.
All right, so we're done with the show. Okay, the live stream is coming to an end.
The normal way, actually, that people start relationships in the vast majority of cultures
This is like behind
to
the
be like,
kind of
it is like semi-arranged marriage,
what?
right? Like not the full, you've never met this person before, you know,
Okay.
13-year-olds, whatever, getting
But
betrayed, like
then
not like
it's,
that. But the sort of, you're introduced by
I think
family members, mutual friends, you're known in the community, you go to the same church, whatever it is, and then both of your families like consent to the marriage.